Edugamers, what's up? Let's look at 5 reasons we should make game-based learning part of our teaching practice. Before we get started, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I will be sure to answer your questions, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our next video, we're going to look at different game mechanics and how we can use them in a game-based learning lesson. So let's get started with 5 reasons we should use game-based learning as a part of our teaching practice. Number 1, games drive engagement and motivation. Games are engaging for a lot of different reasons. The novelty of a game sparks students' interest. They're not used to using a game in their classroom. The thematic and world-building elements keep students engaged and enthralled in the lesson. The challenges that students have to overcome continue to motivate them to complete them, and they get a sense of satisfaction when they do. And research has found that including a lesson with story elements and challenges dramatically increases students' learning performance. Number 2, games allow for student differentiation. When you play a game, you're almost always playing in a group. This is a perfect and easy opportunity to employ flexible grouping. In flexible grouping, you can pair a student that understands the concept at a higher level with students that may need the extra support. Number 3, games create active learner opportunities. Games by nature are not passive. Games require students to be part of the learning process. Students become active learners through the process of playing the game. This active learning can create a sense of ownership in their learning, which in turn drives their motivation. Number 4, games encourage risk-taking and develop a growth mindset. Students feel more comfortable making mistakes in a gaming framework. Think about the game Mario. If you play Mario, you die, guess what happens? You respawn and you try again. Failure is part of that learning process. It is the same with game-based learning. Students are able to look at the game as a fail and learn opportunity instead of as a high-stakes grade. This helps students to understand that failure is part of the learning process. Number 5, repetition in games builds mastery. Games are designed in a way that players build mastery as they explore the game and the game mechanics. Games are notorious at being engaging because they tap into the psychology of Vygotsky and the zone of proximal development. They create that just right porridge of not being too easy and not being too difficult for players of the game. And as you progress in the game, challenges become a little bit more difficult to continue to engage you in that zone of proximal development. Great games start simple, dish out rewards, and as you advance, become more challenging. And number 6, a bonus. This is just a bonus because I really love how the previous 2 work so well together. Failure and that growth mindset and mastery are part of a game, period. Have you ever played a game where you mastered it the first time you picked it up? No, you had to fail. You had to fail several times. And if you ever want to get to that mastery, that highest level of mastering the game, you have to fail a lot to be able to get to that point. So I just really love how games can help develop that growth mindset of failure as a part of that learning process. And to continue to master the game, you have to fail even more. So that is just a bonus for why we should use game-based learning as a part of our teaching practice. If you're interested in applying game-based learning to one of your previous lessons, check out our game-based learning course below, sign up for some information, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll have more videos about games and learning soon.